Hello, Computer Studies 10 students. We're going to be starting a new project today. That's going to be the name animation project. I previewed this project a little bit. I thought I'd just show you once more time for an example of the name animation project. In this project, you're going to start with your name. Everyone's got a name, so we figure that'd be a great place to start. And you can, doesn't have to be your English name. It could be any language. Your choice doesn't matter, but you want to attach that to a theme and make a animation that's based around that theme and your name. So here's an example of a student who made one themed around the ocean and his name. Let's take a look and see what's going on. So here we go. We got a lovely uh, here we go. We got a lovely ocean. And you can see, like, the fact that he chose a theme really does help inspire his programming. Like, the way that these things move, instead of just, like, boring, like, straight line, like, goes here, goes there. Because it's the ocean, just heard the splash, maybe. It's kind of, things are floating and moving, at different kind of speed, and they're rotating at different speeds and so on. So it's really kind of creating a bit of, I guess, ideas for what to do for the project, if nothing else. And there's also going to be interaction and so on. So if I press the keys, we can see that, like, I can make a fish come out, I can make the submarine turn on, and I can make the end float away, and I can take a bite out of the donut, and so on. So this is going to be the type of project you're going to create. Please feel free to make things vastly different as long as you follow the criteria of the project. There's no outside of the criteria of the project, there's no real constraints, so feel free to enjoy at whatever skill level you are to make all these things happen. I think this kind of project is totally doable by anybody in the class based on sort of our experiments of what we've been doing so far, and I'll be there to help you out if you're not too sure how to do something. So let's go and take a look at the criteria. So this is uploaded to Teams, so you can read this. So first of all, you're going to be making, this animation, and really important to be tied to a particular theme. I have some examples of themes, so you can choose, that you just saw an underwater one. It's, your name is floating in the water, things are happening, and maybe there's sea creatures or submarines or you name it. Outer space is full of possible ideas, and again, both of these use sort of the whole screen. Space or underwater, like, the whole kind of area of the screen can be used. Maybe the letters of your name are flying around and get attacked by spaceships or crash into planets or orbit things. I don't know. Your choice. I have winter holidays, but it could be any holiday, themed after a particular holiday, some kind of thing happening there. Hey, a music video. What about, making these letters, dance to some sort of choreographed K-pop routine? Your choice. Ooh, a trailer for a movie. Maybe there's an exciting movie that came out, or maybe an old movie that you really enjoy, that your letters of your name can, like, take on the roles of those characters or something like that. So that is ideas for a theme, and make sure that you tie in everything to your theme. The more you kind of connect things to the theme, the easier it will be to come up with ideas to make your scripts interesting and complex, and that's going to be part of the evaluation. Okay, so let's take a look at the things you have to do. These are the criteria. So again, your project can be anything really, as long as it follows these. So we got 10 unique sprites. So sprites, of course, are the individual, each letter of the name is a sprite in this case, but you could have different kind of sprites. And at least 10 unique scripts. By the way, what do I mean by unique? Like, if you just copy and paste the same script over and over again, it doesn't really count as unique. Same with the sprite. If you kind of just take one sprite and you copy and paste it over and over again, it's not unique. So 10 unique sprites and unique scripts. You totally can copy and paste scripts from one thing to the next. It's just they don't count towards the count of 10 unique ones. The entire project should start when you press the green flag. So you shouldn't have to click and drag things to set it up. When you press the green flag, it should just go. Everything needs to be reset back to the beginning when you press the green flag. And not like other keys. Like, don't like press space to set things up and then another key to set something else and then green flag. Just green flag makes it all go. And then at least one script that requires interaction. So either clicking with the mouse or pressing a key. And of course, you can add more if you want. Include a sound or song in here. You can even compose your own music in Scratch. Maybe I'll show you that at the end of the video. And then at least one example of changing costumes and one example of changing backdrops. In our case here, the backdrop the waves rolling. That was sort of a changing backdrop. When you bite into the donut, that was changing costumes, although I think there's lots of examples of changing costumes here. The pen tool is the last one. That's going to be something, I'll show you where that is, and that's going to be something for you to figure out. It's actually not going to have any lessons attached to it, and that's where this little line has gone across here. That was drawn by the fish. It's actually the pen tool, and I'll show you exactly where that is. So there you go. This is the criteria of the project. So whatever you make, if it fits into this criteria, it counts as a name animation. So feel free to let your imagination, really get carried away and come up with cool ideas. And that's going to be sort of half of your marks. If you do these things, you've proven, you understand how to do all these things. That's 50% of your project. So the next 50% is going to be quality. So criteria is half, quality is the other half. So, first of all, theme. Do your sprites and scripts tie into a theme, or is it just a bunch of random things that are all happening? So try to make sure you pick that theme so that you can make sure that you're getting the full marks for quality. Also, that theme's just going to inspire you to do better things, so I really recommend it. Complexity. So complexity is all about, did you go beyond sort of the minimum? Like, did you just put in like all the basics here? Like, if you put in the basics, you're going to pass the project. But if you want to get like, the higher marks, then going beyond the minimum, maybe making lots of scripts and lots of sprites, or, having many costume changes. Feel free to sort of explore whatever area you thought was interesting and kind of go above and beyond. Extending means, did you take any risks or try something new? Or did you just kind of do the same usual things? Or did you try, going beyond sort of what we've done and experiment with things? And last but not least, finishing polish. Is the project a complete project? Is it presented nicely? And is it bug-free? So, it's not necessarily a visual thing, although it can be a visual thing. But just sort of like, is it complete, bug-free? And if you present nicely, if you make it look really great too, that can go towards the marks. For quality, it's not necessarily you have to do all of these things. You could go really hard on, finishing polish, right? And maybe you went less on theme. I don't know. You definitely have to do some of all of them, but you can kind of focus on the ones that you want to get that 50% of your mark. So that is the criteria for the project. And again, wow, you can definitely find this on Teams. So do take a look at that, and hopefully you have lots of success working on this project. I'm not sure how many days we'll have to work on it, but you're starting today. Probably another couple of days next week. But I'll check in with you if the TOC says you were working hard, and you're working hard in class next week. Then I can give you some extra time to work on it. But we won't go too much further if you don't need the time. Okay, so good luck with the project, and I look forward to seeing how it turns out. Bye, everybody.